Nippert is able to clear it to center. And now Nippert is going to have a little conversation with Procopio. He earned that A, and he gives up a lot of size in this one. Nippert eating some shots early, and that's when the linesmen are going to step in.
Out of play. And now Matthews wanting to drop the gloves with Harrogate. Looks like he started to shake him off, and now there they go! Kyler Matthews and Brandon Harrogate. And they're exchanging blows in the far side corner. A couple of rights from Harrogate, and there's the takedown of Matthews. 25 seconds now. Long pass up the right side. Outerkirk had it get away from him. And taken off his skates was Connor Cook from Kyler Matthews. And he is very slow to get up. And there go the gloves. Hayden Holton is going to stand up for Connor Cook. And he's going to try to take on Kyler Matthews. Matthews baiting him. Couple of punches. Matthews with a right. He's got his hand free. They get tied up. There's a hard left from Holton. Matthews trying to get his leverage back. He's got a huge size advantage here. They're tied up, and both skaters go down. The linesman will get in to break it up. Up the right side, Florent, cross-ice pass. Finds Balsamo, and there go the gloves, and we've got another one. Devine and Britton. And a heavy right cross from Devine. He loses his balance. They get tied up. Trading punches. There's the left uppercut from Devine. Oh, and a big one off the left side. Caught Britton with the left. There goes Britton's helmet. They're still tied up. Linesman trying to get in and break up this fight.
By Virgili. And the play whistled down as it trickles in on Levine. Play is whistled down, and now a big-time scrum behind the net. Got 6 players involved in this one. A wrestling match, and 2 of them go down, and it is a punching match between Zach Wilkie of the Rivermen and Connor Freeze of the Storm. Meanwhile, another 4, now 6 players scrum the far side. It's not a bona fide line brawl, but pretty close. Players separate. McPherson challenged, and he gives a shove to one of the Storm players. Storm's Dylan Fournier wanted a piece of McPherson, but that would have been serious business because that would have been a secondary altercation. Now still some shoving and pushing. This all comes with 1:10 left in period number 1 and a 1-0 Storm lead. Linesmen are going to get in the way. They want to go center ice with Wilkie, who wants to go right now with Freeze, and the linesmen aren't going to let him. Well, now he's going to get around, and now they're going to go in a center ice showdown. The first swing by the Rivermen, now sliding to the deck, was Freeze. He never got a chance to get one away, and since he's down, the lineys separate.
Was just inches away from making a team in Worcester, and now Brian Moore has a hold of Sean Leonard at center ice. He wails on him, and that will send the fans into a frenzy. Brian Moore wants a little bit more, and now he's got Leonard to throw off the gloves. And those two will be separated by the linesmen.
Wear the special pink jerseys to help prevent breast cancer. They're going to be auctioned off, folks. They're going to go fast. They'll be auctioned off after the game. As the puck is dropped, they're going to drop the gloves here already. They are dropping the gloves here right off the bat. And it is Preston Kugler who is ready to go at it here, dropping the gloves against Troy McLean. Kugler and McLean. So Kugler and McLean dropping the gloves. And McLean getting in a couple of jabs on Kugler here. Kugler now trying to throw it right. Here's McLean and Kugler. They drop the gloves right off the opening face-off. Yeah, they're still going around. And the linesmen are letting them go at it. When you drop the gloves right at the opening face-off, hey, have at it. McLean.
Up the right wing side. Delays, chips one to Bear, base the right wing circle. Bear cuts into the middle. He's giving a hard shoulder check. and knocked off the puck. And now Hageman and Seacoast come together. Sticks and gloves have been dropped. Hageman doing a couple hard right punches against Seacoast. Hageman laying hammer blows. And they drag each other down the ice. St. Louis holds in at center. Dumps one in from neutral ice. And oh, now we got a fight right in front. Mitch McPherson throwing hands with Taylor Price. McPherson and Price. Price throwing a couple of left haymakers. McPherson answers with a hard right of his own. And they wrestle each other down the ice. Matthews tied up with Mangone. There goes the helmet, there go the gloves, and there go the punches. Mangone gonna get tied up with Matthews. Neither one can really get an arm free. They got tied up fighting for that puck, and there go a couple of rights from Matthews. Matthews losing his helmet. Got each other wrapped up. Linesman will come in. That man forward for Alec Bear, who one-hands it in, and he's hit from behind again and down. That is going to be a penalty again. And now Mitch McPherson going hammer on Frederick Wink. That's the second time he's hit a ribbon from behind. And now we got a pile up right at the side of the Evansville Thunderbolts goal.
To his knees, McLean there to help. A little tie up there as Nippard will drop the gloves. Dave Nippard, and he wins it too decisively. And Nippard's a feisty kind of guy who will always stick up for his teammates. To it.
Yep. Nick Minerva taking a stick
Here we
to
go
the
on
face.
the far side. Now that's a high hit there. Two sides will not be happy here. They're going after it now. Down on the ice they go. The crowd is on their feet. The first fight of the season in Birmingham.
Back to Pandrea, and now we got a cover up as Kuhn, and now you got Portillo jumping into the action as well. Him and Moran going at it. Here we go. Portillo with a right. Moran trying to hold on to that. Now he's got his right loose. Portillo with another right, and then he throws him to the ground. And then a shot to Portillo with the left hand as both linesmen there, and well, Portillo not being let go.
Backhand shot sailed high. Oh, we got a fight in behind the play. Sorensen going one-on-one there with Britton. Sorensen and Britton wrestle each other down right in front of the Evansville bench. Here with 20 seconds. Now Dale Dion. Pass connects to Draplick. He'll backhand it forward. Nemanis and Benassad combined there and behind. They continue to joust for that puck. Boy, Nemanis and Assad face planting each other. And now they want to go here. Nemanis and Assad in the far corner. Nemanis getting a couple uppercuts in on Assad. Assad trying to break free, get his arm free to get a couple shots as well. Nemanis another couple hard hits. Now Assad giving a couple hard rights as well. As they tie each other up, Nemanis answers with a couple of body shots and sends his man down.
And it was his best, but a second chance in front. Schoenfeld is robbed by Enquist. Third chance at Enquist. Enquist, who has had some that he would like to have back, comes up with 3 A++ saves to keep this lead for Quad City. Now we have a scrap behind the cage. It is Matthew Hobbs who had the initial chance with Patrick Gazich. Both men battle and go to the ice. But how about that?
Rebound, they could not do it. And sliding to keep that one out of the cage is Pavlas.
Fights
nearly breaking out between the Huntsville Havocs. Bryce Farrell and Cole Reginato, and they're going to have to be separated away. Sam Hunter gets in a late lick. And now fight's going to break out behind the net. Here we go. Seth Inser in on it for Pensacola. 3-on-3, the referee's trying to gain control of this. That gets the crowd on its feet.
The ice, but the puck's still in the Knoxville zone. Fletcher trying to work it in tight, wanting to pass it to the short side of the crease, and it goes wide. Stoya sending it back, it goes wide. Skaters are tied up behind the net. Macon has it in the left circle, and there go the gloves. Cameron and Matthews trading swings. Cameron gets on top of Matthews. Side. Sent across. Cross ice pass turned over. Ballant avoids a hit. And now he and Hayes going at it. There go the gloves, and we've got another scrap. There's the takedown by Ballant as he gets on top of CJ Hayes.
Where they shot it. 22 seconds left to play. Huntsville sends it way deep. Bulls fire it around up against the boards. They clear the zone. Hits flying everywhere. There's bodies going everywhere. We're down behind the net, and a Huntsville player is on top of a Bulls player throwing haymakers. Can't see who that is because the refs are all over him.
Will run out just as the Storm ice the puck, and some pushing and shoving, and maybe a little more going on in front of the net. Posted it on and Fournier and Price. And Bailey Burton is right in the middle of all of it. And there's a player going after Burton. That's probably not a good idea. For Furious, Hank Sorensen going after Bailey Burton. And Burton manages to get himself out of there. And gradually, one by one, all these scuffles being separated by the officials or by the players themselves. The mark on 100.1 FM and on Hockey TV as well. There's a long shot, an easy glove save by Birkin, and a scuffle breaking out as Barrow of Peoria is getting absolutely pounded by Trevor Momar.
Moran is out of the goal crease to play it. This is a whistle. I think this was a missed icing call as Brian Moore is going to get it a shoving match here. He's got hold of David Nippert. They drop the gloves, and here we go. Linesmen are going to come in here without so much as a punch thrown. Dave Nippert does not shy away from anyone. And now Moore's going to go back at him as they were going off to the box. Brian Moore and David Nippert exchanging right fists with each other. Nippert still wants to swing. The linesmen get between the two players. And now we've got another fight in the near side corner. DJ Jerome hauled down by Jamie Dorsey. Fight night at the Crown Coliseum. Now everybody's going to grab somebody in an opposite sweater.
Knoxville skating up with it. McKechnie enters in, trying to work around the right side. And now there go the gloves at the other end. Bersani going to get tied up with St. Pierre. They've got each other's jerseys, trying to get hands free. They're still tied up. Nobody's really thrown a punch. Bersani goes down. There's the takedown by St. Pierre.
Far side, Steves fights it off, had a little trouble, but he made the save. And then Steves got ran into from behind by Jeska. Steves goes back at him, as to a couple Thunderbolts. Play continues, and now whistle goes. And now, three Thunderbolts, or three Ice Flyers jump a Thunderbolt behind the nets, and here we go. It's a full-scale line brawl behind the Evansville nets. One heavyweight Tilgon going in the near corner. Jessica, the recipient of some big-time shots from Scott Curran. Those two get separate. Another fight behind the net. Gerard for Evansville, and that appears to be Powell for the Ice Flyers. Right hands for Powell, and Gerard trying to hang in there. And now he responds with some right hands. They both go down. Well, this had been building up all night long. And then Steves gets run into his crease. I'm not sure if the Ice Flyer was helped in. I'm going to need to see the replay for...
Saved and kicked in behind the cage by Levine. It might have been blocked in front by Gazic. Up ice now come the Rivermen on a 3-on-2. And a fight behind the play. Golka and Sorensen going at it. It just cost the Rivermen a 3-on-2. Golka and Sorensen, big rights by Golka as Sorensen and him tumble to the ice. 18-13 to Dion gaining the red line, gaining the storm zone. Dion a shot, gloved out of the air by Risa, and he covers. And now a loose gather here, and we got another fight. It is Shinkarik. Quickly, though, they go to the ice. It was Shinkarik and Kulsicki who came together.
You got to give Knoxville a lot of credit too. I mean, first-year head coach,
Mike
played
Davis.
a lot better here early on. Mike Davis now getting into it in the far corner.
Davis dropping the gloves over here. Davis and Roy all over, swinging. Davis throwing the helmet off.
This one off the end wall. This will roll to the side of the net. Borba trying to cover up. He will. Procopio and Cloutier now get into it. Shots thrown, gloves on for the moment. One glove comes off. And Procopio and Cloutier do get at it. And the gloves have come off. Yeah, Procopio gets the better Cloutier there. Well, Cloutier had the jersey over his head. And right from that point, he was at the disadvantage there. And it happened so quick, linesmen did their best to get in and quickly.
Short read, lost it, works around the boards, and now racing up the ice. Here come the Storm, chipping and chasing in behind the net, racing the fast Cole Golka, taking a dive was Kuhn. They throw it on net as Kuhn comes across to make the save as he got knocked down out of the net. Cole Golka, and now he is met by two Bobcats, and here we go early. A quick, it is bodies upon bodies, and we got a fight for the Storm. It's Carlson. Not sure the number is for the for Vermilion County, I believe. It is number 10, Justin Portillo. Cole Golka came down on a chip and chase. Sean Kuhn came out to play the puck. Kuhn got put on the deck. And then eventually it was 2-on-1. Golka against two Bobcats as they're still scrapping it. Carlson finally gets him to the ice with the right hand, and this packed house comes to its feet. Price, who takes his man down, and that's going to be a penalty. And now both men drop the gloves, and it's going to be Price and Nicoletti. The captain, Taylor Price, known for some willing to throw him. And Price and Nicoletti are going to go. They are trading rights right in front of the Bobcats cage. Both men are going hammer and tong here, and now finally they wrap up.
Tries to send it out. Marksman able to hold the zone. Some pushing and shoving as frustration is once again mounting for the marksman. Sent high off the boards on a shot attempt from McNair, and now some more physicality on the near side. Spun out, Johnson sends it away, and for the first time here at home, we will have a stoppage of play as we have legitimate punches being thrown. Enzer and McNair tangled up. Bondarenko got a right hook. And this is Drake Glover paired up with Bondarenko. And Bondarenko wins that battle. Off the board save for 1 goal at even strength in the second. And now right out of the break, a fight. Chris Jones brawling it up, and Jones pounding on the Ice Flyers. That must have been premeditated because it was right after the whistle blew. It was Malik.
Far side quick shot save as a rebound, and Birkin able to grab that one. It's still loose at the side of the net. Birkin does find in time. Carlson, we got a fight on the way. Carlson and Matt Hobbs. And the far side of the net, that evolved very quickly. Right hands for both players. And now along the inboards it goes. Hobbs got the right for getting the back of the helmets. No helmet for Hobbs. Right's free. Cocked and loaded on both sides. Hobbs took a one shot there. Counters with the right of his own. Pretty good one going now in the far corner. It's moved too. Carlson with another rights. Those two going shot for shots. Now they're on the glass. Linesman jump in. And that one got going very quickly. No waiting at all for those two. Here in Pelham, the Thunderbolts starting with Dylan Hill in defense with Kristaps Nemenis, Matthew Hobbs, Matt Barron, a big hit at open ice, so the Birmingham players down, and we got a fight ongoing. Nick Minerva and Matt Hobbs couldn't even get through the starting lineups, and oh boy, they need to get someone out there for Matt Wiesner. Meanwhile, the fight ongoing. Hobbs with the right open three, and he gets Minerva down, and I was reading the starting lineups. I did not see what happened, but Minerva is in some trouble.
Fisher gives it a chase behind his netminder. And a big hit on an elbow as Dara went down hard. And a fight ensues as soon as the elbow is landed. And I think Rob Dara is okay.
For it. All kinds of fight. Tom Auburn will just glove a weak shot on. And now here we go. Troy Murray will drop the gloves. And we're going. It's Rex Moe and Troy Murray. They're exchanging blows. Murray got him with a right. Moe returns it. Both of them scrapping, and Murray gets rocked. Rex Moe comes out on top. Puts it in front, bounces off a skate wide. A couple guys collide, big collision, and it looks like Dave Nippert a little shaken up after that. And a penalty coming up. And here goes Nippert. The gloves go flying. And we've got a fight. Dave Nippert dropping him with Elliot St. Pierre. The two of them go to the ice rather quickly. It didn't look like any punches landed.
From McNair. And now Caleb Cameron has a hold of someone. Nippert and Mangone are going to go. They wrestle each other to the ground at the blue line.
Games, rejoining the club after playing in Pensacola last year. Still a minute 19 left on the power play, and now some hard contact followed by some fisticuffs. And we've got a full-on brawl. Everyone on the ice is in the pile right now. Parrish paired up. Milan on the ground with Reginato standing on top of him. Taken up by Trey Phillips. Phillips whips it around behind the net where it's picked up by Clark, and now Phillips engaged in some more brawling. This one with Leonard. Phillips and Leonard going at it on the near side. Leonard got a few good punches in. Phillips going low. Leonard going high, and now they go to the ice. Officials there to break it up.
With help is Mamet. Almost turned it over in behind. Golka takes it back now. He'll settle one. And now Fournier and Mitch McPherson are exchanging punches. Fournier and McPherson throwing hands right in front of the Quad City net. They wrestle each other down quickly. Quad City bench walking in, firing a shot, but wide was Nelson. And Hagman going right at Philip Virgilius. He was the one who sent Assad down. Alec Hagman taking no prisoners on his number 17 counterpart, Philip Virgilius. And the linesmen get between the two. It's a Donnybrook in behind as you got bodies off flying all over the place. But as soon as Hagman went on the ice, he was looking for one man, Philip Virgilius, who sent Ben Assad down hard right in front of the Quad City bench.
Clarification of the rule that it has to be an intentional kick. Sent into the slot. Oh, what a hard hit! John DeRoche lost his helmet and lost his dignity. And there go the gloves as Sasha Wall gets tied up by an ice flyer trying to defend his teammate.
That's where we're at right now. And we're going to get a fight right off the draw. Portillo and Hobbs. It's been a while since I've had a chance to call a fight. Here we go. Both players squaring away, getting ready to go. Hobbs and Portillo. Now they both grab it. Portillo gets a right. Hobbs with the right. Portillo with a couple left. Hobbs with a couple rights. Now Portillo with a couple rights. Boy, this is a good one here. Portillo ducks it, hits him with a couple more rights, and now Portillo with two more rights. Both helmets off. Portillo got another jab in. Hobbs with another right, and I'll tell you what, that was a good fight. That
A second fight developing with Valerian and Matthews, but we're all locked in at center ice with Rodebush and Babin. Left hand for Rodebush will get the jersey of Babin. Two rights from Rodebush, now a right from Babin. The fight ends between Valerian and Matthews back behind the play. Another right from Rodebush. Another right from Rodebush, two of them. Over the top now, the lefty, and he gets wrestled down to the ice. They'll break it up. They're still trying to go at it. The linesman diving in. I don't think Austin Rodebush has been in a goalie fight in a Rail Yard Dogs uniform, but he gets one tonight.
Misconduct penalty to go to Bowen. There's a hard takedown on the end boards, and now we've got a tie up. Gloves are off. It's Sean Leonard and Brian Moore. They have each other by the head. Moore will wrestle Leonard right back out. He wants to have him go. Leonard with a great job protecting. These are two heavyweights. Moore trying to get that right fist free, and he does, and he's giving him the juice. Brian Moore delivering the pain. Fans are on their feet.
The penalty coming up for Birmingham. And now we got a fight breaking out on the sideboard. It looks like it's Graham and McTavish teeing it up. Little headlock there, not many punches. Graham tries to take McTavish down. McTavish, strong guy, not going to happen. Now Graham falls to the ice as the referee step in. Rose takes it. Rose far boards. Tries to cut in front. Headed off with a good defensive play, although now here we go. Rose got a little upset. The holding wasn't called, and an elbow came up, and now here we go. Melee along the near boards. Aragon there. Carson Rose, I know, is there. Hayes is there. Hayes, the former Bull, and Rose, now look out. Minerva. Minerva's going. There they go. Minerva and Murray. They're throwing them. They're not throwing things around. They're throwing punches. It may be our first real fight of the game. It all started when a penalty was not called on Carson Rose on the right wing side. He took exception to it. Got an elbow up. Now Murray and Minerva are still going at it.
And a one-timer, very close. Puck kept live, and Johnson covers it up. Piacentini sprawled out in the aftermath, and some pushing and shoving in the aftermath. Powell got a couple jabs in, and he drops the gloves. We've got ourselves a fight. Powell and Russell going at it. And it's Russell who uses his weight to get on top of Powell, but not before Powell got a few solid connections in with the right hook. As Russell put a punishing. And we've got some more pushing and shoving. Leonard defending the honor of his teammate, now locking horns with Hudgen. Leonard and Hudgen going at it. Hudgen gets the first blow in. Leonard answers back with 3 or 4 right hooks. And Hudgen goes to the ice with his weight.
This one, and the shot thrown on by Bennett. Right into the chest plate of Latinovic, easily snatches that one with the glove. And now a fight going to ensue, and just Matthew Hobbs already slings down Connor Russell. Now Procopio gets into the fray. Here we go. They've got the jerseys. Procopio slinging rights and nails him a couple of times. Procopio got the headlock. Now a couple uppercuts he's going to give. And Procopio, he has got him now in a guillotine. He and Hobbs duke it out. Cage is off the stands. And the referee's looking to split this one up. They won't let go. Now they're going to stop it.
Left Nick Mangone lying on the ice there for a while. Now the gloves are off. Caleb Cameron answering for what he's done. It's Vincenzo Renda. Cameron slips on his initial approach, but now him and Renda are throwing. Renda with a right, Cameron with a right. They exchange blows, they tangle, and they go down. Cameron on top.
And gets back up. He'll give a shot or two to St. Pierre, and he does when he comes back up ice. You can expect that to happen. Now they're going to go. Yep, you saw it coming. They go. They tossed the gloves as the puck ended up behind the Quad City net. And it didn't take long. They're both down on the ice. So the linesmen separate them. Once they go down, that's the end of the deal.
For the Dogs, one by Broman. Stubbs takes it to the far side wall, dumps it back in behind the Birmingham net for Broman. And now we're going to get some punches thrown as Jansen got cleaned up near the net. CJ Stubbs will jump on top of a bull. Jansen lost his helmet. And now grabbing Jansen away from the play is Blaisdell.
And the puck is dropped, and the gloves are off. And we will get an opening fight. Matt Hobbs and Justin Portillo, a rematch. Prime time at center ice, Portillo and Hobbs. Right hands from Portillo and Hobbs. No big haymakers, a couple good mid-level jabs on both sides. Helmet's still on, they migrate to the Evansville blue line. Hobbs stays on his feet, Portillo with the right 3, but getting the helmet. However, he does knock Hobbs off balance. Linesman do jump in. And that is it for that. 3 seconds in.
Now the Redmond on the counter. And the Redmond Barrow tripped up, no call. Denied what would have been a 2-on-3 rush, turned into a 1-on-3. Pietrowski's hit from behind. That is going to be a penalty. And now Pietrowski going up against Reganado. They're exchanging punches. Pietrowski has his jersey free. Now Reganado exchanging right hands. Pietrowski with a couple of rights himself. They're exchanging right blows. Reganado continues hammering right punches. Pietrowski trying to get his arm free. His jersey's almost pulled over his helmet. And now those two are done.
4 seconds left. Now Kirkendall will hold it, and now we're going to get a fight. Now Portillo and Waugh They said, you know what? This wrestling stuff isn't for us. Let's go. So Portillo and Waugh at center ice. Portillo juking around. Now Portillo's like, come on, hit me. Portillo grabs him. Waugh got one in, and then Waugh falls down, and once again,
hard contact, crashing into the boards, Orgel, and a delayed penalty coming. And we're going to have a little bit of action here at center ice. Reginato and Johnson squaring off. Johnson protecting his teammate after Orgel was slammed into the boards. Malik Johnson takes a right hook to the helmet, and Reginato on top of him. That's where the officials will stop it.
Feet late tray, that's Barker, left side. Looking back to our front, puck deflected, right front backhander. It's in the net. Nope, it's going to be waved off. Penalty upcoming here for goalie interference. And now we got a scrum right in front. It's a whole Donnybrook as bodies collided right in front. Linesmen are down, players are down. It's chaos here at Carver. Gerard and Wilkie tied up. Looks like Drapic and Moran tied up as well. We're going to have a lot of penalties out of this, and Moran wants to go one-on-one with Durham. I don't think Durham ever dropped his gloves. Now they come together. Now Durham's dropped him. Moran trying to get a couple uppercuts in. Durham answers with a couple rights of his own. Moran a couple uppercuts as well. Durham trying to rugby wrestle him there. Now finally they come together and the linesman will separate the
racing. Now Strom in there in the corner along with Vitale. Other direction, the Bobcats looking to clear and they can't. Now a 2-on-1 down the line and a shot, and then we got a whistle, and now Portillo and Waugh going at it. Also down, it looks like Fletcher, he's slow to get up. DiMartino tied up with Barrow, and now Barrow dropping the gloves of DiMartino, and here we go. Barrow with the right, DiMartino with the left, or with the right that misses, and DiMartino takes him down. Good fight between the two combatants.
Balsamo, a rebound, another save by Latinovic. Puck is still loose by the crease, and Latinovic covers it up. And Fletcher appeared to take a cross-check up high, and now everybody getting involved. A penalty was initially called against Huntsville, and there go the gloves. Dino Balsamo wants a piece of Bear Gendinoff. Gendinoff turtles, hits the fetal position, and then hits the ice.
Right corner, can't beat the marksman to it. Andrew Lane will snap it out to the near side wall. DeVito battling for it there with Fornaris, and now we're going to get a battle with DeVito and Fornaris near side wall. They both drop the gloves. Fornaris with the right, now DeVito answers, Fornaris right back. Now DeVito with a nice shot to the chin, and then Fornaris will rip him down.
A clean shot. Huntsville still has the rebound. Kucheski gets it back to Tyler Piacentini, who shoved into the boards, and Robbie Fisher didn't like that. And drops haymakers on 28 Logan Combs. You're going to pay when you hit the mayor like that. Dumps it into the Knoxville zone. And now they're going to stop play as baby across the way. Now we got another fight. Procopio drops the helmet and the gloves. Here we go. Him and Rex Moe. Haymakers delivered by Moe. Procopio now going back at him. Using the jabs with the left hand on the jersey. Haymakers giving. Procopio dropped down and Rex Moe. Finally, this one is broken up. Point so far, and this one ladled out of the zone by Huntsville's defense. A great job by Huntsville to defend strong. Rob Dara the first man, and now we got another brawl. Jacob Barber, baby, he's got a takedown.
Roanoke zone and skated up through neutral ice. Ford still all by himself, knocked a man over, now trucks over Beaumont, and now he gets jumped from behind by a Storm skater. It's Price.
Price jumped him from behind and grabbed him up around the neck and slammed him down. That's got to be an instigator against Price, who just mauled him from behind. Now Shinkarik's going to drop the gloves with a rail yard dog. He's going to go with Brady Hepner. Hepner trying to get the left hand free on Shinkarik. Shinkarik's had the rights going, and they split it up quickly. Hepner didn't have a fight at all last year as a rail yard dog. Vito, left wing circle, will take the shot, saved by Burkett, he swallowed it up. And now we've got a big-time scrum developing away from the net. Brody Duncan's gonna go grab Kazic, and then slash Hansen. Carlson went after Marcin Kamix. That's a huge disadvantage in size, 6'5" versus 5'9". Now Duncan is going after it with Kazic in the far side corner. Duncan starts hammering him with the uppercuts as they went down to the ice. It's going to take a lot to pry those two away. They're still going at it with the linesmen all in it. Brody Duncan finally gets a tilt. For Valerian. Valerian back to forward at the back door, and then a couple players collide on top of Reesop. It's DeVito that now has two Quad City players on top of him from behind. Valerian's going to jump in. It was Fries and Momot that jumped on DeVito. Amon was in there too. Valerian held up with Connor Fries. DeVito slow to get up from Reesop. See if there's a replay for us on the scoreboard. Now some more pushing and shoving as DeVito got up. It's Nick Ford that's having a quick chat, it appears, with Seacoast. Now some more pushing and shoving. Valerian having his jersey tugged by Momot, and the gloves go. Valerian loses his balance. Now holding on to Momot, trying to get up. He's able to knock Momot down. A bit of a football tackle. Haven't really seen a punch thrown yet. They're still on top of each other. Valerian shoving Momot down to the ice. He's on top of him. The linesmen are in there. Haven't seen really a punch thrown, but it's a wrestling grudge match right in between the Quad City zone circles. Momot throws a little sucker with the left hand at the end of that as the linesmen come in between.
Icing is called, and now here we go. It's Matt Stoya and Vincenzo Renda in the marksman zone. The two of them throwing all kinds of hell at each other. It looks like Renda might have gotten the better of him. A long pass up ahead for Aragon. He was cherry picking a little bit and then puts a nice hit on Corey Tam. And now a couple of guys tangled up below the net. Now David Nippert will be throwing some gloves. It looked like he took a punch he wasn't expecting.
Glover wins it. Center's looking for Alger. Puck is loose. Race up with a huge save. And now we're going to get a tangle up. It's Carlson. And he's going against Brian Moore. Gloves flying everywhere. Fists soon to follow. A couple of rights for Brian Moore. And now Carlson wants to swing. Moore over top to back. Brian Moore trying to get Carlson on the inboards. And now he's going to go to town. Over the back with a right and a right and a right. And the linesmen step in. Right to McNair. He takes a cold shoulder on the way out of the zone from Fries. Mercy, what a hit at the far side boards. Things getting physical here as that one was hard from Kazic. Now a centering feed in front. McNair knocked from his feet. Now Mangone registers a collision. Mangone on top of his man now. He's going to throw a couple punches. We're going to get another fight. It's Nick Mangone going up against Matthias Amon, and he wrestles into the ground.
Still discussing, and Hagman drops the gloves. As to Hill. Hagman and Hill from the Evansville zone. Hagman trying to inspire his teammates. Right now, I'd say Hill has the support of many in his battle against Hagman. Hagman got the right in three. Hill with a good recovery. That'll be all for those 5. Or for the 5 minutes for those 2.
2:45 to go in the period. Tied at 1 here at the Knoxville Civic Coliseum. Pass into the neutral zone, deflected by Price. Mo gets a hard hit, and that's going to be a penalty. And Sasha Waugh going after Mike Davis. Lands a couple of licks on him, then loses his balance and falls. Meeting outside the benches. I think a punch might have been thrown. Everybody getting involved. Waugh wants a piece of somebody. Linesman trying to get in to break it up. Conger tied up with Pace as they wrestle each other to the ice. And it's a full-on line brawl. Pace on top of Conger right at center ice. Sticks her down. Waugh's been wanting to dance all night. Brierly is being taken to the penalty box. Nick Price has his helmet off. Davis is trying to pull on Rex Mo from behind. And as Huntsville learned the hard way, you don't want to mess with Rex Mo. The linesman trying to clean this up. And now Waugh pushing and shoving, lost his balance, and now they're going to go. Waugh throwing punches, gets on top of a man. Brucato trying to pull him off.
Jansen and Leonard both there, but couldn't get to the rebound. Big hit by Leonard, and now him and Soper drop the gloves. Immediately the mitts go and the helmets. Leonard with a couple of uppercuts, and then they both go down to the ice as Leonard scores the takedown.
Knocked down with the blocker. Owen Kilcheski goes to his right, throws on a shot, and it's blocked away by Knoxville. Another one thrown on by the Havoc, and they still can't get it to go. And Kyler Matthews jumps into the fray and hangs on to Jamie Bucell. Here we go, gloves are off, and they exchange haymaking right hands. Body shots delivered by Matthews along with the left hand. Bucell holding on for dear life. A grappling match going on, and tossed down. Jamie Bucell with the takedown, 2 points in the wrestling match.
It is Virgili in the near side wall. Gets it to the left point as the Storm in the offensive zone, and a huge hit by Taylor Price. Coming up, whether it was Austin Alger. He got absolutely floored, and now Alger and Price at center ice, and they're going to drop it. It is Troy Murray who's going to drop him for Fayetteville, and Price is leading the team at penalty minutes. He got absolutely dropped immediately with a right hand. He is back to his feet and looks to be okay. Turnovers or just not smart defense. And oh wow, oh no, Momot is down as they won the face-off, and Momot got hit in behind. A delayed penalty is called, and that was not good. Momot is down and he is favoring his right leg, and now it is going to be a fight here as Alexi Gerard takes a run at the Fayetteville player who hit Momot in behind the cage, and Momot is still down. Wow, looks like we got another fight down, throwing in behind the marksman net. It is Mike Moran, and I believe that's Troy Murray, his second fight of the evening. And both guys still standing in. Now starting to trade blows. Murray looking to make his record 2-0 on the night as he bashes Moran up against the boards, and then they fall to the ice.
Pass towards the crease. It bounced off McBurney, who had his glove taken away, and then it was kicked away. Play eventually stopped. And there go the gloves. It's going to be Matthews and Hudgen. Matthews waiting for Hudgen to make a move. Left arm first. Hudgen tries to make a blow. Matthews starts to get control, exchanges of punches. Hudgen going over and under. Now pinned along the wall. Hudgen with that right hand free, going after Matthews. Matthews trying to get free. Skaters go down, linesmen get in.
Dumps it in all the way around to the far side boards. Chasing is Nagel as this will be picked up and held. And now we're going to have a fight. It's Sean Leonard going up against Nagel again. This is Tanner Nagel feeding him punches. Leonard's on his knees. He turtled him again. Leonard steps in for safety reasons. Get that man out of there. He's 0 for 3 in the crowd. And this time it's the rookie Tanner Nagel. Dominic's Marcinkiewicz gets the better of him here as the marksmen get to the puck. Off the near boards, now we've got an altercation as Moore and Marcinkiewicz going against each other. Marcinkiewicz doing a lot of the shoving. Now Moore will engage. He starts swinging. Dominic's Marcinkiewicz and Brian Moore are going to go at each other. Moore, back on his balance, starts swinging here. The linesman coming in rapidly.
Aragon tracks down the puck, and a hard check from Nippard, getting Henderson behind the Pensacola goal. 1 minute remaining, loose puck, and a fight breaks out after the action. This is Nick Leitner going to town against Nippard. He did not take too kindly to that Nippard check behind the goal. Controlled by Leonard. Pass to Leitner, and Leitner hit high and hard, loses his helmet, and here we go again. Leonard getting in there. Leitner took the first hit, but Leonard going to town before it's broken up. Jesse Anderson didn't take kindly to that hit. And now Aragon paired up with Henderson. Henderson and Aragon each with a piece of each other's jerseys. That one broken up eventually.
And Marcinkiewicz and Davis are going to get tied up near the Roanoke bench. They're still shoving. Here goes Kennedy. They drop the gloves. Kennedy with a big right hook over the top. Davis trying to get the reach. Kennedy with another haymaker over the top, then an uppercut. He goes down to a knee, gets back up, and then Davis will wrestle him down to the ice. Welcome to the SPHL, Spencer Kennedy.
They call an offside. Here comes a little more pushing and shoving, and we've got an all-out brawl right in front of the Fayetteville bench. Nagel squaring off. And now the officials get in the middle of it.
Makara avoids contact. Keeps control of the puck, can't avoid that check. Far enough from the boards to draw a penalty, and now some fight from his teammate Leitner. Leitner and Cameron going at it, and boy, are they ever. Leitner connects on a couple solid right hooks, now a left hook. Cameron staying on his skates, putting up a fight of his own. Leitner waiting for some daylight, locking horns right now. The hit from Cameron against Makara in that danger zone. The goaltending, I think Karpinski has done a fine job as this one on a breakaway. An unsuccessful shot attempt from Sofo, and Sofo in the aftermath gets in a brawl. Sofo and Nippard. Nippard gets a few hits in with his right hand. Officials get in there, and Sofo stays on his feet. Incident here. Atkins and Faulkner on the top of your screen. Raw and Leonard. Raw with a hard check. Leonard took exception to that. This is kind of how Monday night's game between these two teams ended. Faulkner with an uppercut, getting Atkins in what appeared to be his midsection.
Play is stopped, and now pushing and shoving going on. Balsimo's going to drop the gloves with Dylan Hill. Players exchanging punches. Balsamo trying to get his right hand free. Hill just grabbing Balsimo's helmet, trying to put him in a headlock, rips off his helmet, landing punches, gets on top of him, lands a couple of uppercuts, and Balsamo goes down. Nashville enters the left circle. They drop it back. Oh, and bashing a man. It's Dominic Procopio. Fava didn't like that. And the gloves are off. Here we go. Referees trying to stop it from going any further, and they will.
And now it's picked up by Costello, who's put into the boards hard by Campaign, and he is down and is not. And now we get a fight. It's Virgili and Campaign, and Virgili with the left. Campaign's helmet's off. Virgili takes him down. Over the line. And it's scooped up. And now we get a fight right off the bat. Portillo throws his man down. It looks like that might be Gerard.
Pass tangled up in the skates of Cameron. Cameron sends it in. And there will be a penalty as a Macon player was tripped. And now Enzer going at it in the corner. Enzer got on top of Nippert. And long memory as Nippert was involved in the previous scuffle. Sofo works it forward into the neutral zone, and Sofo takes a tumble. And a fight breaks out in the aftermath. Steven Leonard pairs up with Kugler, the former Ice Flyer. And Leonard gets Kugler on the ground.
And we got a fight around the face-off. Dylan Hill and Dominic Procopio. And a discussion during the warm-ups. So Hill's second fight in 2 games. Procopio with a right hand. Hill's already got a few rights in as well. No helmet for Hill. Well, definitely getting some good shots in. As he drifts slowly towards the bench boards, linesman will jump in, so.
Long. And ends up back behind the Huntsville net. Jones to the near side to Hunter. Clearing attempt held in by Gerard. He lifts it in, and a penalty coming up as Hunter got leveled, and now gloves going as Jones is going to get tied up with Huff. And a quick punch back from Huff. Takes both skaters down to the ice. And the linesman trying to get in between the two. One linesman takes a tumble. The puck to Russell. Sent back behind the Knoxville net. Turned over. Martinson's got it. And a penalty upcoming as a Knoxville skater went down. And now McDonald with a shove on Piacentini. And now Christian Stead dropping the mitts. Thought they had pulled him off. They had not. Stead gets going with Jones. Couple of uppercuts from Stead. Gets one over across the top of the right. Linesmen are nowhere near them. And now one of the linesmen comes in. There's the takedown by Stead.
Taken by Donahue, and here we go. It's center ice. We got Dwyer. And Seaco's going. Dwyer takes him down. Not very many punches go, but the gloves were dropped.
You may notice here this evening, if you're following along on Hockey TV, there's all sorts of writing on the ice. That is from last night's Paint the Ice event. And most of the inscriptions on the ice are names of those who have had cancer. And here we're going to get a fight right off the draw. This is J.M. Petrowski and Connor Fries. Meanwhile, it's Troy Murray and Mitchell McPherson. Alexandre Carrier and Cody Walsh having a conversation at the far boards. It is a full-scale line brawl. Up ice they go, and here's Jack Patterson. Punches around Cale List. He's got the puck, and now we've got a fight. It's Alexandre Carrier
dropping the gloves as he tangles up with Tanner Nagel. Nagel throwing a Carrier who goes uppercut, undercut, just throwing him. Carrier all over Nagel. Nagel wrestling him. Now will land one shot. Carrier misses over Nagel. Now the two just wrestling against each other. The 215's in a good tilt here. Now they grapple with each other and a tackle to end it.
Holds it in at the right point. Gives it to Price in the corner. As Knoxville clears it in, and Fletcher hit from behind. And Chris Henry's going to let him keep going. And now Kugler is going to go after Nukovic, and Nukovic hits the fetal position. And now it's a pile-up at center ice. Nukovic hit Colton Fletcher from behind, sent him headfirst into the boards, and Chris Henry did nothing except look on. And Kugler waited for Henry to call a penalty. He didn't, so Kugler went after Nukovic. And so then it was Sam Hunter who got on top of Kugler.
And right out of the face-off, we've got a fight. This is Golka and Kennedy, some unfinished business from last night. They've dropped the gloves, and Kennedy first to attack. Lands a couple right hooks on Golka. Golka responds with a couple rights. Golka has his sweater pulled up and a few hard right hooks. Kennedy going with the left, now back to the right. Golka staying on his skates and gets on top of Kennedy. That's when the officials will break it up.
At half wall, the marksman attacking in. 12 minutes to go in the first period. Hard hit delivered here. This is going to be a penalty. And Connor Fries is all over it. That was a disturbing collision with Ben Assad. Fries drops the gloves. He's going to go with Assad. Assad throws a hard right now. Fries with a right. Assad still going. What a punch! Assad takes down Connor Fries.
Today, officially, from a loan to the ECHL. Puck is dropped. Waxening back wins the draw. We're underway, and the gloves are off immediately. It's Fletcher going with Stefan Brucato. They're tied up on each other. Both guys get punches in. Brucato gets on top of Fletcher, and the linesmen are in quickly. And now the gloves are off. It's Blaisdell and Salisbury going at it as the puck was dumped into the Birmingham zone. Salisbury with two uppercuts. Both men have a hand free, and there's a right from Salisbury. Goes to his knees, gets back up, trying to shield himself. Heavy right from Blaisdell, and I think that grazed the helmet of Salisbury. Both gentlemen landing punches here. Another uppercut from Salisbury, gets him with the right. Blaisdell's down on his knees. Fletcher will come in to take the draw, and he loses the draw. And now a penalty upcoming against Birmingham. And now there go the mitts as Rex Moe gonna go after Jake Papalardo. And the skaters get tied up.
Down low is McNair. He is hit by Hobbs. Into the near side, far side corner. Butler frees it up. And now the gloves dropped. It's Hobbs and McNair in the far corner. The marksman captain and Matthew Hobbs. Big right hands for those two. And they will keep on going with the rights and heavy right hands for both of those two. Linesmen will get there. They get a great view down the ice box.
It away. Now Seacos gets banged into the boards, and the puck is free for Cahill for Peoria. Out to the center point. Plays it across the right side. We're going to get penalty here, or penalties. And we're getting a fight breaking out between Seacos and McPherson. Right in the slot. Penalty had already been called, and then they came to blows. Behind the net it goes. Resop takes a shot
from one of the Peoria players, and there's some retaliation coming from Carlson. I believe that's Alexander Carrier for Peoria. And Carlson has given him a good pounding. After Carrier clipped the goaltender. Moves left, shot, glove save, Resop had it all the way. And there's some more jostling, this time between Momot and McPherson. McPherson seems to get into a lot of stuff, and now there's Moran and McPherson going at it. Well, that's going to be fighting majors for the two of them, and Moran does a nice takedown of McPherson into the boards. Gave him a little cross check, and now he bumped shoulders with him, and now they've dropped the gloves. It's Mercurio and Assad with the gloves off, and Mercurio quickly gets the advantage, and down goes Assad, helmetless.
Steven Alvo first to it for the Dogs. He'll backhand it out to neutral ice. He took a big whack in behind. Steven Leonard's going to jump him, dropping the gloves. Steven Leonard hits him over the head. Alvo keeping the gloves on. Now he does drop him. Now he wants to go. And that's going to be too late. It hard in the Roanoke zone. And I think they're going to call a penalty on Leonard. And Leonard's going to drop the gloves. And he goes after Olynyk. Huge haymaker over the top. The linesman trying to get in on it. 2 or 3 big punches from Sean Leonard. He's demolishing him in the far side corner of the Roanoke zone. Now they'll finally break it up.
Waiting for the details of this to be sorted out. Got Rhett Kingston in the penalty box for Macon, and then believe just got himself thrown out of the game. So the camera in the penalty box, Rhett Kingston hit the camera operator with his stick and then did it again. So they threw him out of the game.
In on goal, Brian stops at long range, pointed to his own boards by Murray. And a hard hit into the boards on Osick. It's going to be a boarding penalty on Murray. Harrogate goes after Murray. Gloves drop, Harrogate and Murray. Near side face-off circle, Murray with a dangerous hit from behind on Derek Osick. Both players without helmets. Murray getting the better of the ranked shots in so far. That's certainly good for Harrogate, sticking up for his teammate. Thunderbolt's showing great teamwork in this game, and that certainly is a good example of it.
To flop it out, and a great job by Kolcheski with a little cross check, and Huntsville able to clear it as it just squibs all the way to the other end. And now we got a fight. Kolcheski getting into it on the far side. He and Logan Coombs, as they exchange rights, they've got the jerseys. Kolcheski pins him up against the walls along the far side. Referee's not going to break him up yet. Kolcheski swinging, Coombs swinging, right hands left and right. Down he goes. Casey Kolcheski wins it at the break.
Four to two. Matthias Amon out of his own zone. He gets taken to the boards. Penalty coming against Peoria. And as it's touched up by Petrowski. And we get some pushing and shoving going on. And Virgili and Carrier are squared off. Virgili much smaller, but he is holding his own against the much bigger and taller Alexander Carrier. And they're still going at it, mostly tugging at jerseys, occasional punches thrown. And now the linesmen have stepped in to break it up. Another scoring opportunity, but it is gloved by Resop with 19.9 seconds to go. And a little friendly greetings in the corner.
Now Widmar is squared off, and there's a third man in. That's a third man in by Peoria. That was Wilkie. There's one player for each team squared off, and then Wilkie came in and grabbed Slade around the net. Slade wants a piece of Wilkie, apparently. So Slade and Wilkie have the gloves off, and there they go. And that's a quick victory and a takedown by Nigel Slade.
Maybe find something to work from. That is the most goals allowed in a period so far this year. Chris Vela wants to get some retribution. He's going to go after Brian Bowen. Two big right hands, and then he took Bowen down to the ice. Brian Bowen is fired up.
For the rail yard dogs, up the right side into the neutral zone. Now he dumps in, wraps it around. Gloves are off as play is stopped. Rex Moe getting tied up and trading punches with Spencer Kennedy. There's an uppercut from Moe. Oh, he got Kennedy good there. Both skaters trading punches. Moe trying to shield himself and get his arm free. Kennedy's got his jersey. There's an over with the right. He got Kennedy on the side there. Kennedy got Moe with the left. Skaters are tied up, and it looks like they're going to let the linesman come in. Puck sent in through the slot, missed everybody as it ended up behind the net. Matthews pushed from behind into the Knoxville net, and there go the gloves again. Sneath was trying to go with Vela. Kugler got in. Now Sneath is going to go with Raiden as they're going to trade blows. Nearly resulted in a third man in. Instead, we got two separate fights. And a linesman to each brawl.
To his deep partner, Nauman. Forward pass, blocked off from Costello. Big collision on the near side. And going after Hobbs is Gozic. Matt Hobbs and Patrick Gozic. At the storm line nearest the penalty box. Gozic has the right free. Hobbs without a helmet. Hobbs recovers, and now he gets the right to his own, and he gets a takedown on Gozic. Well, tale of two separate fights there. Gozic with an early edge and a good recovery for Hobbs.
And it gets trapped on the outside of the net. Here's a little pushing and shoving. Casey is right in there. And a nice forearm. Back and forth they go. And down goes Vela.
Take it back in the corner. Backhand shot from Draplik, saved by Arvanitis. And more pushing and shoving after the play is blown dead. Enzer drops the gloves, and here we go in the corner. Enzer and Carrier. Carrier gets the first few blows in. Enzer down to the ice. And the officials will break it up.
Combination play, and he chipped it over the net. Thrown on ice here, or on net by Isaacs, and it goes up and out of play. And now a fight. It is Curtin and Fournier. Fournier getting some good rights off here. Both guys trading big bombs right in the crease of the Storm netminder Benson. Well, obviously is vacated as these two are going at it, and those two traded some stiff rights.
Seconds left to go. Brierly entering in off the right side, dumps in. Salisbury trying to pin, took a hard check into the boards. And now Russell going after the guilty party as a penalty's being called. That was a hard check. As Salisbury is still down. And Russell immediately dropped the gloves.
Will get back to the bench as Murray comes away with it. A 2-on-1 opportunity for the Storm. Mercurio and Momot. Mercurio to Momot. Momot will throw it on net, and a save there by Rudabush. But we got a fight at center ice. That stops the 2-on-1. I don't know if the goal would have counted regardless as Seikos drops the gloves. Up ice now come the rail yard dogs. 3-on-3 as they gain the zone. Knocked away, and St. Pierre absolutely flattens Jansen. As he enters, and now Jansen and St. Pierre, or excuse me, it is Ford and St. Pierre who are going at it, and Ford is punching him while he's on the ground. The Storm bench gets all up in arms. And Logan Nelson, his 10th of the season, absolutely snipes one home. And we got a fight at center ice. Gozic and Kennedy drop the gloves. It is Gozic taking a couple body shots, takes a couple hard rights from Kennedy, and Gozic with the takedown. And this crowd on their feet.
Off the boot of Neville, races on for loose puck right the stanchion glass. Gabout showing great hustle, trying to get it back. Deflects in behind, but Gabout dumped right in front of the bench. Now he got pushing and shoving after the fact. Sasha Waugh trying to bear hug Hageman. Now Hageman's just going to push Waugh into his own bench. Hageman's had enough of Sasha Waugh's antics. Now Hageman throwing punches at Waugh with the linesman desperately trying to separate the two. Back the other way by Anderson. And now we got a scrum going on in the near left side corner. A bit of a wrestling match there. And now punches being thrown in behind. As now it's a whole Donnybrook there. Carey being wrestled back by Stick 2 Mayhem to take him down and wrestle him off the pile up. Trying to start forward. Hit high, a fight by Scantlebury, no call. Officials want to call. Now Piotrowski going right at Scantlebury in front of the Macon bench. Scantlebury and Piotrowski exchanging right blows. Piotrowski with another right, and another. Scantlebury answers. Now Piotrowski lands a couple of hard jabs. They continue to joust at each other. Scantlebury answers a couple of lefts, and they wrestle each other down on the ice hard.
Portillo's out there after your goal trying to mix up with Clark. Clarkie's not a tough guy. I mean, Clarkie will stand up for himself, but Portillo's out there asking guys, slashing, slash, cross-check.
And now down on the ice goes Jones. Took one in the back of the head. He's still down. A very dirty play from Portillo. And good to see that Jones is up. Everyone getting into it now. Now Clarkie standing up for himself on the blue line. Sam Hunter went down to the ice, lost his helmet. Now down goes a couple of guys, Nick Price, and I think that's Clark across the way. And Piacentini is furious, to say the least.
Yeah, 7.
And I'll put it like this, Sai's been here 7 years. He's played 10 in the league. Boy, that was a nice, hefty check laid on Jacob Barber. He could have given some advertisements for hefties. He lays his zone, and now he's knocked down by Kyler Matthews, who's trying to start something and trying to ignite it with some cross-checking, and Barber just keeping his cool. Here come the gloves. This will be Matthews and Bucell.
Good for Bucell there, standing up for Barbs. That'll earn him some stick taps, so...
Now, you're going to see Spencer Kennedy and Rex Mo go at it. Assist should go to Steven Alvo, as well as Chris Vela for the goals. And Portillo's going to come in now instead of Rex Mo, and then drop the gloves. The whistle hadn't even been blown yet. Spencer Kennedy, just after tying the game, is going to go with former Vermilion County captain Justin Portillo. In the Roanoke zone, Kennedy grabs him with the left, and here goes the right hand from Kennedy. Portillo trying to answer. Kennedy's so much bigger, and two big rights from both sides. Uppercut from Kennedy. Portillo throws one that doesn't connect. Big right hook from Kennedy to the left side of Portillo's face. Now the helmet's gone for Kennedy. They're moving their way towards the far side circle of the Roanoke zone. Portillo with the finishing hit over the top, and he'll take down Kennedy. But a great tilt between Kennedy and Portillo right after Kennedy had scored his first pro goal. Will feed it to Conger. One back by the Dogs and Josh Ninadal. He gets boarded by Rex Mo, and Matt O'Day's going to get right up in Rex Mo's face before we head to the bench for this one. And O'Day and Mo are going to drop the gloves. They both got each other held up. O'Day's driving him towards the back glass. Now Ninadal, check that, Marsa Kamix and Conger have each other tied up. not many punches in the Mo versus O'Day fight, although the gloves win. Once again, up to Raiden. Raiden will flutter the puck down the near side wall. Vela chasing after behind the Knoxville net. Big hit to the back wall. Fletcher got knocked down. Now Vela's going to have to answer to it to Preston Kugler. They both dropped the gloves. Vela got a punch in and then took him down to the ice. There was no penalty on the initial hit by Vela on Fletcher. We're bumping you right back in because Kennedy has dropped the gloves once again. This time he's going with Preston Kugler near the Roanoke blue line. Kugler will get a big right, and now Kennedy's trying to get in tight on him. A big size mismatch. Now Kennedy's got a hold of him. We'll see if he can get the fist free. Two uppercuts from Kennedy. Kugler trying to hold on for dear life against the big 6'6" Kennedy, and Kugler will bring Kennedy down on top of him. As we were trying to bring you to a commercial just now, and there was still some jawing back and forth going on. Got a fight in the Roanoke bench. There's a Knoxville player in the Roanoke bench. Jaswal's on him, Raiden's on him, Dan Primner's right in there, and there's players in the Roanoke bench from Knoxville. We still haven't seen who or who they're going after. Now Kugler's got a man tied up over the wall. That's Brendan Pepe. It's Rex Moe in the bench. He went after Spencer Kennedy. And the Knoxville bench is emptied. Everything's moving into the Roanoke bench. Punch is being thrown. Dan Bremner is kind of standing over top of everybody. Matt O'Day's trying to clear guys off his own dasher that separates the surface from the Roanoke bench. It was Rex Moe that had gotten a hit about 20 seconds before away from the play. He jumped into the Roanoke bench to go after Spencer Kennedy. He'll throw his stick across the ice as he gets taken to the Knoxville penalty box. There's still some tugging and hugging going on over at the Roanoke bench as everybody's got a man held up for the most part. Now everything starts to settle down.
And he'll cover for the whistle. Now Nippard will drop him with Slade. Nippard feeding body, now headshots. The two of them former teammates going at it. Nippard loses the handle. Both of them wanted more, but the linesman got in too quick.
Sticks down, puck's down, and Carey and Hobbs gonna go right off the bat. Carey and Hobbs at center. They come together. Carey with a hard right and uppercut. Falls up with a hard right. Hobbs has lost his helmet. Carey answers with a couple more rights. Hobbs trying to get another one in. Carey continues with a couple of right blows. Hobbs answers with another right and another. Carey still wrestles him, gets an uppercut and a hard overflow right shot there.
Now Davis and Brendan Sheehan pushing and shoving at center ice, and Davis and Sheehan are going to drop the gloves, and here we go. Mike Davis, Brendan Sheehan. Davis slams him down to the ice, just picked him up and body slammed him. Not really any punches thrown.
Carrier and Matt Hobbs in the starting lineup and line up with each other. And we should have a fight off the face-off. Yes, we will have one fight off the face-off. At center ice, Hobbs and Carrier. They had a good one last night, so looking for another beauty of the tilt here. They meet up at the logo. Right hands for Hobbs. Looking to get a big shot in. Both connected with a couple rights. Hobbs with a couple quick rights in. This time both helmets off for the moment. Hobbs took one, a good one there, but stays right in it. Couple big right hands for Hobbs. Couple more short shots from Carrier. Now they're starting to get tied up, and now the linesman will come in. Now I say it was even better than last night's tilts. Battle for the near side. Only thing to watch for here is the extracurriculars in the last 30 seconds. McPherson dumping it in, and we got a whistle for an offside. 25.8 seconds to go. Hageman holding a conversation, and he throws a little bit of a jab. Throws another jab over the linesman. Hageman's coming unhinged here. He jumps in front of a player. Absolutely inexcusable behavior from the Rivermen captain. Absolutely inexcusable. That's Andrew Schufelt. He gets back up. He won't have the chance for revenge yet.
Left in a 4-on-4 situation that precipitated between Dallas Como and Nigel Slade. Spinning puck, back to the point, Gozic. And here's a fight. They threw the gloves down. Kirkendall just pounded Leitner down to the ice.
So now here's Tommy Municello. Drops it to Reed Yoakum with a long one. That one tipped in front. Never got to Churchfield. It bounced to him off the back. And now we've got a scrum there behind the net. It's Chase Carter, and I didn't quite see who the man in blue was. It looked like it might be Aaron Aragon. By Hunter, but Scantlebury is there to pick up the change. They run into each other. Scantlebury looks like he might have taken a knee. And Jesse Anderson was not going to have that from Procopio. Steps in for his teammate as Scantlebury's still down on the ice. Anderson and Procopio throwing haymakers. And number 13 in blue ends up on the wrong side. And now the Mayhem trying to keep the Havoc out of their own end. Tremblay takes a big hit and he's down flat. And there's going to be a response, surely. And the gloves not littering the ice quite yet. Wyatt Tremblay was reaching for a puck and took a big hit. Now Scantlebury taking his turn to answer for the crimes of his opponent as he is going hard at Alex Kilchevsky.
Couldn't get the shot off. Loose puck picked up by Vezyankin. Look out. He gave it for Ross, who wasn't expecting the puck. Birmingham does have control. Now Ross goes down. He's slow to get up. No one hit him. I don't know what happened. He went down oddly. He's back in the play, but slow. Taylor McCloy a shot. And Austin Lott seeing Ross in trouble. He just made the save. Now I see Ross is upset with Shane Bednard, and there they go. Bednard must have whacked him on the skates with his stick. Davis Ross came right back at him.
2-minute minors. So we're going to have a 4-on-4 session for 2 minutes. As in the early going, it's Roanoke who sends one on. Now Procopio gets tied up, and Milosic throwing bombs. Dog getting into it, takes the man down. Hunt still has won in every aspect of the game.
This is Leaf. Backhands up the far boards for Patterson. Fumbled with it for a moment. Bednard comes and knocks the puck free. He's grabbed from behind, and now we're going to get a scrap. Sean Golka going at it with Shane Bednard, and Bednard is wrestled to the ice. Golka trying to get his bench going, spikes his helmet here.
15-13, Evansville holds the advantage, shots on goal. Now loose puck in front of the Bulls bench. Sent in. Now we got some pushing and shoving. It looks like Connor Jean, and I can't see who it is for Birmingham, started in front of the Bulls bench as Connor Jean was trying to send whoever that Bulls player is into the bench. It looks like it's Troy McTavish.
Yep. Offside called very late. Roanoke was able to get a shot off from the left circle by the time they blew the whistle. It did appear to be the correct call, but that whistle came fairly late, and that's the issue here. And now Ryan Devine's going to go with Brendan Pepe. Devine has not fought since November, and he's going to go with Pepe. Gets a left in there. Down goes Pepe! Down goes Pepe! And Devine is fired up!
Now Wiesner against Holton. Far corner taken back by Romeo. Holton and Wiesner getting into it now. Wiesner throws a punch and now they start firing. Wiesner and Holton on the far boards. Right hands for Holton, and this just might be where the Thunderbolts needed. Oh, and he threw his helmet at him. He's swinging with his helmet. That should be the game there for Wiesner. That should absolutely be the game for Wiesner. He takes the helmet off and he swings at Holton multiple times.
Waxening back wins the draw. We are underway. Ryan Devine drops the gloves and Spencer Kennedy skates away from him. Devine wants to go and is going to keep chasing after him. Kennedy never dropped the gloves. And I'm guessing this is going to be a penalty to start things off, and Devine's still trying to go after Kennedy as the linesmen are in the way. Kennedy never dropped the gloves. Now Kennedy gets down on his knees. Doesn't want to fight Devine. Now the gloves are off. It's Ryan Devine again, and this time Kennedy is going to drop the gloves. They're going to clear space. They're going to let him dance at center ice. Ryan Devine for Knoxville. Spencer Kennedy for Roanoke. There's a right from Devine. Gets a grab of the jersey. A right from Kennedy. There goes the helmet. Uppercut from Devine. They've got a lock on each other. Both skaters trying to get free. There's a right from Devine. There's another from Devine. Down goes Kennedy. And down goes Kennedy. And a high stick called. And now Balsamo pushing and shoving with Marcin Kavics. They're going to go. Linesman in the way. Everybody trying to break it up. Balsamo lost his helmet, still throwing punches. And the circus continues at the Coliseum.
Blake Healy back in for CJ Hayes. Makes a move, but takes a spill. And now when I hit on Devine, Devine takes a little shot at Hayes. They're still going at it. And now the gloves are off. Hayes and Devine buries him.
Colthorpe across in the slot. Shot. And the puck ends up behind the net. And turned over right in front. They score. Rasmus Waxening back. A fight going on. Trevor Martin, somebody collided with the goalie. And Timothy Faulkner is trading blows with a Knoxville skater. It's Nick Price in the corner. Martin is still down. Did not hear a whistle, did not see a signal from referee Tony Hoyle. Sent back into the Knoxville end. Ice Bears pick it up, a minute to go in the game. Up the left side, Conger a shot. Save made, and gloves are dropped back at center ice, so the shot nullified. It's Kyler Matthews going with Jesse Anderson. Each man with the right arm free. There's a flurry of rights from Matthews as he gets on top of Anderson, and the linesman getting in there for Anderson's sake.
Donahue, Scott Donahue. And Dylan Johnson was a step or two ahead of the playoff side. Now Johnson and Dare go at it. He didn't like what happened. Now Donahue comes in, and here we go. That play started with Donahue not liking how it was made, or he was hit after the whistle blew. He came in. Then his buddy Donahue comes in as well. I didn't see any punches being thrown, but I know the gloves are off.
This is there to handle it, trying to chip it out. And it goes out the center ice. Ice Flyers steal it away. Back up the center. They drop the gloves, and they go at it here. Right in front of the Ice Flyer bench. Malik Johnson. We got a heavyweight fight going at with Malik Johnson and Hobbs. Johnson and Hobbs, they both go down on the ice hard.
Ball to the right and then hammered up quickly for Hageman. Hageman at center. Over the Quad City lines, he cuts into the middle. Giving a knee, and he's down. That's going to be a penalty. And you better believe that might be something that's probably going to be sent to the league office. That was a blatant knee-to-knee in open ice. Kneeing is the call. And Hamilton's sticking up for his captain, going right at Kirkendall. And they both wrestle each other down the ice quickly.
Seacoast moves in at the right point into the circle. Seacoast in front, it deflects behind the net. Seacoast chases it down in the corner. There's a man down for the Storm in the goal. He finally gets up and out. Murray with a wrist shot. And now we got a fight breaking out, and it's Tommy Seacos for Broad City. And he does an immediate takedown, I believe, of Mitchell McPherson. In, poke checked away, puck stays in, but now brought out. Matson, it's a 2-on-2. Matson up the left side. Matson from the corner centers one, but only Peoria's there. And we get a collision and a penalty coming up, and fists are flying as Gozic collided with the goaltender Levine. He might have been taken into the goal. And now it's Gozic getting tangled up with one of the Rivermen players.
Wearing their black alternate sweaters today with the same socks, blue pants, and helmets. And here we go with Portillo and Kennedy. Just like we thought, they're teeing up at center ice. Both of them look like they're about to go righty. Portillo's got his hands on his knees. Kennedy waves them on. They get a hold of each other. Portillo with 2 or 3 jabs. Now Kennedy gets the right free. They both connect. Kennedy misses with the right hook. They both miss with another hook. And Kennedy will now wrestle him down to the ice, ended up on top. Both of them throwing wildly in that fight. Pass, and then rolls it forward for Marcinkiewicz. Great move, left wing dot. His shot to the glove of Syme, who once again flashes the palm. And now Devine's going to take a cheap shot on Marcinkiewicz, and Bella's going to go with him. They throw the gloves. They're along the back wall and behind the Knoxville net. Both of them grappling with each other. Both of them with 2 big right hands. Now Devine getting the left uppercut. Bella's trying to get a grapple on Devine, and Devine will get him down to the ice. Now Carter Colthorpe is jumping in as well. This is with Dom Marcinkiewicz, and Marcinkiewicz will stand over Colthorpe, as that was not a good decision by him. Now Tyler Matthews is going to sucker punch Dom Marcinkiewicz. Tyler Matthews is now going to get smacked by Garrett Sargis, as everything is just going bizarre in the Knoxville zone.
Other end, Arbanite is ready for a shot that doesn't come. And now we've got a fight breaking out just behind an official in front of the penalty box on the near side. Gulka, a bystander here. And Malik Johnson, the instigator with Pensacola. Butler
deep in our own zone and fires it forward. Still a 1-goal deficit for the Huntsville Havoc here in period number 2.
Right, here we go.
And here is a brawl in the making into the ice. Casey squaring off with Waugh. That's a nice right hook. There's a counter. Casey getting into it. There's a body shot. Down he goes Waugh. Listen to these fans.
See what the Mayhem can do here. Lots of pushing and shoving off of the whistle. Dorsey, some gloves come off as Dorsey's dropped him. And he's got his man a left and a right against McTavish, and McTavish goes down quickly. The turtle was out and came quickly. Everybody tied up. Lots of gloves on the ice.
Let it go to Kirkendall. Now maybe a chance at the end of the period for the Marksmen. Brought ahead for a drive. Caught by Kuhn with a couple of drabs of seconds left. Now we got a fight in the far side corner. And it's everybody. It's Moment and Mangone and a bear hug. They're the main event. And it's a tackle. And the linesmen are in.
Play catch defensively. Back out the other way goes Keeley. Keeley over the red line. Dumps that one in. Dippert on the chase. Penalty upcoming as that one's touched up. And now brouhaha breaks out right in front of the Bulls bench as Cameron didn't take kindly to that, and he will go down, but the punches keep coming. So, Donnybrook here early on. Picked up. Kingston hustling it out. He cuts wide, gets around his man. Blaisdell diving for him. A big hit on Kingston there. And again, more physicality down low. And now, Kingston drops the gloves. Tied up with his man. Again, a lot of pushing and shoving. Not too many punches being thrown. There's the first punch as they get back to their feet. Not much of a scrap there between Mike Davis and Brett Kingston. As some more punches being thrown with the officials in there. Davis is at least shaking the shoulder if he's not throwing punches, but not too much of a fist fight. Behind the net as the Bulls reset. Tarachev looking ahead. Big pass up. Wah got a little physical, and now the fight breaks out again. Wah gets his gloves off and starts hammering back. Colatarchi was the one who came out of nowhere as Wah has him by the back of his jersey. I don't know if any punches have been thrown. Now there's some punches being thrown. Linesman trying to separate him. Wah and Colatarchi were both going at it.
There is a conversation that they're having with the goal official. And now the head official heads over to the official's crease, and here comes the throwdown. Johnson and Procopio right in the center circle. Procopio with the right hand. Procopio with the right hand again. Procopio again with the right hand, and down they go. Dominic Procopio.
Bacon trying to make their way out. They get it towards the offensive zone and dump it down deep. Halford with it. Halford wraps it around the boards. A penalty upcoming here and a big hit on Soper. Golka gets taken down. And now here we go. Municello getting after it. A lot of guys jumping in after this one here. Municello, not always known for his fighting ability as he mixes it up with Carlson here. Carlson just swinging at him. I think he's hitting more helmet than Municello. Now the helmet comes off. Municello trying to get free. Obviously gives up a bit of size. And now they'll tie it up. And they'll both go to the sin bin. This puck's moved along. Quad with it towards the front shot and a save by Churchfield. A lot of pushing and shoving. And now it's going to go as a lot of guys in the crease. Sasha Wah, he's hammering away at somebody. And again, more pushing and shoving, more gloves coming off. Cameron, he's gotten a little frisky now as he's tied up over there with Madsen. So the officials in here restraining Sasha Wah. A lot coming at you here in this second period of play. A lot less scoring, but a lot more action. It's gotten quite a bit chippy. A little surprising after this is a 3-3 weekend for both sides, and we are going to get another fight here as Nippert gets set to go. Dropping the gloves, and always a good time with Gazic. They've been after each other for the entirety of the period. Nippert grabs a hold of him. Gazic lands 1-2. Nippert swinging wildly. Gazic getting the better of the opportunities, though, as Nippert's head is tucked. Can't get his head free, and Nippert goes down, but Gazic landed quite a few of the blows.
Away with it is McPherson. Nice job to get free. And Sikos, he takes a huge hit, and he is down. Oh, Sikos got hit. It was a check from behind, and now we got a fight. Sikos is still down, and I believe that is Momot coming to his aid. And man, oh man, oh man.
A one-timer fanned on as Mangon's going to get off for a new stick. He broke his. Hard hit delivered near side corner. This is going to be a penalty. It'll go against Nagel. Nagel drops the gloves. He's going to fight with Rhett Kingston. Tanner Nagel throwing some haymakers. Now Kingston trying to get in with a couple of left fists of his own. Kingston unhooks and Nagel dropped him.
Will drive down low. Gazic will throw it on net save by Milosek. They collide in front between, and Milosek and Gazic are now going at it after the collision in front. And they're trying to pull the goalie in the play, and Milosek away. Rysop now comes out of his net. He comes to the center ice line, and now Rysop is going to come in, and he's going to get himself subbed. Rysop goes all the way over, and now Rysop is wanting some of Milosek. Rysop is telling Milosek to come get some. As Milosek went him, and they're going to drop him. No, Rysop wanted it. And Rysop is going to be pelled back. So Gazic drove the net, And the fans are booing it. Resop gives the Jordan shrug.
To center, Golka dumps it back in. Now looks like we're gonna have a fight right at center. Mitch McPherson gonna go up against Sean Golka. McPherson, Golka, they grapple with each other. McPherson unloading right hands. Now an uppercut. Now some more right hands. Golka answers with a couple uppercuts. They try to get position. Golka and McPherson wrestle each other down, and the linesmen get together. They fall down as well.
Hard hit delivered on Lovin as Macon can't clear. Andrew Lane playing a little shortstop as this one's punched away by Aragon. Hard hit delivered. That was from behind. No call. Now Bednard gets tied up with Aragon. They're going to drop the gloves. Here go the 22s. Bednard trying to cut free. Back on balance. Aragon with a shot. Now a hard right by Bednard. And the linesmen are in to tackle him. Nick Mangone. Below the goal line, he'll go to fight for the puck. Finishes a body check, turned over in front. Mangone couldn't get a stick to it. As McCloy is a man possessed playing here. Now Mangone and Sasha Waugh are going to go. They tie up. Waugh with an undercut, and it ends up being a wrestling match.
Shoe felt on him, so he'll give it up for Mercado, who tips it in the zone. Lorette plays it around the far boards. That's McTavish. And now Lorette pushing him down on the ice. Puck comes free for the Bulls. Now a leg-on-leg hit by Lorette. Come on. Puck comes free for Cook through center ice. Romeo. And now it's exactly right. You got to be kidding me. McTavish comes to his player's aid there. As that was a knee-on-knee intentional hit by Lorette.
Up the middle they go. Kolchicki with a shot. Steered aside. Players might be angling for a fight here. Let's see. And here goes Jones after Levesque. Levesque, the newcomer. Jones missing on all of his attempts, swinging wildly. And now Levesque is going to counter punch. Oh, he gets a big left hand in there and knocks Jones's helmet off. Jones trying to counter and just got wailed on by the newcomer to the Storm, Nick Levesque. And he takes Jones down to the ice.
Away from Dara, passes up the right side, lifted across the ice, finds McDonald. It gets away from him, contained by Russell as he tries to send it along, taken off the puck. It's sent down the other way. Russell a little slow to get up after that hit into the boards. And now tempers flaring. Balsamo going after Holland. They get tied up. And Dino Balsamo saying, well, if the refs aren't going to do something, I'm taking matters into my own hands.
The goal would extend this to a fifth game back at their own barn in Alabama. Roanoke won the defensive zone faceoff up to Bizzo from elbow. Bizzo dangling to the circle, shot, scored! It's the captain that wins the cup for the Rail Yard Dogs! Mac Jansen. Every dog has its day. This day and this season belong to the Dirty Dogs from Roanoke. The captain, Mac Jansen, wins Roanoke its first ever President's Cup championship.